What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers prevail, guys, 124 to 108 on what was kind of an ugly game to start, right? Lakers again getting off the slow start, but eventually the talent took off. The right team won, and led by very strong performances by our guys. Very, very strong performances. Starting with Austin Reeves, man. Austin Reeves has been sensational. All right. 4 out of the last 5 games, he's had a 30 ball. And tonight he led us, man. 30 points on 8 for 13 shooting from the field, 6 for 9 from beyond the arc. And he was just tremendous. Luka had 35 as well with 6 assists and 6 rebounds. He wasn't too efficient, but much better than the previous game for sure. And then LeBron, 27 and 8 with 2 steals. I mean, exactly what the doctors ordered. We needed to win this game here. And we needed to make it an easy one, right? We need to make it an easy one. It wasn't too easy at first, but the final couple quarters we took care of business, and that's all that matters. And we're right back. We're right back into let me see if I pull this up. We are exactly where we need to be, guys. We are right back into the standings, right? 3rd seed. So Denver lost tonight. Golden State won. Who did that help? It helped the Lakers. Why? Because we're a half game up on the Denver Nuggets. And, we got to take care of business. You guys know that the next couple of games coming up are going to be extremely tough because they are versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. But it's good to see the Lakers back in 3rd place, man. And it is Phone Call Friday, so I will be turning on the phone lines later on. Make sure to hit the like button on the way in and all that good stuff. All right. Let's see. Big Ticket, appreciate you, bro. He said, much better night from Luka shooting-wise, though he needs to get his ass back on defense more. Reeves is that guy. Bro, I can't be more proud of the way he has played lately. I mean, he's elevated his game to another level. People thought I was crazy for saying if he continues doing this leading into next season, and especially in the postseason, we're going to have a different conversation about him next year, right? There again, he's playing like a superstar right now, not like an all-star, a superstar. And I'm not just talking versus the Pelicans. He's done this versus some pretty damn good teams this season, and when we have needed him the most, chat. So, again, couldn't be prouder of Austin Reeves. He's doing it efficiently. He's doing it off the dribble. He's spotting up. He's almost automatic when he's wide open for 3. You know what I mean? But appreciate the super chat. Thank you, brother. He said, I genuinely don't get JJ's affiliation with Vando at center. I was glad to see Jamison play. Obviously, he's on a 2-way contract, so unless they cut somebody, he's not going to be available for the postseason, which I hate. He kind of came in as an enforcer. He kind of knocked Alvarado on the ground and kind of stepped over him. I like that energy. We're going to need that for the postseason. Guys got to be tougher, man. We let this little circus guy come out here and score, 18 points in the first quarter, and after that, we kind of adjusted, but we got to stop letting these no-name players, and he's a good player. No disrespect to Alvarado. He's a very good player, but he's not 18 points in the first quarter good. We did the same thing with Pods, and, I hate the fact that we were trying to do it again. But what I love the most about tonight's matchup was that we got to see Dalton play, and he responded. He responded. He came out here. He dropped, like 12 points, and he did it efficiently. 5 for 10 from the field, 2 for 6 from beyond the arc, but he did it in the first quarter when we needed it the most, when we were struggling, I think, or was it the second quarter? When he came in and gave us just quick buckets, like boom, boom, boom. We needed that, and that's what he is. He's a microwave. He can space the floor, and I'd like to see him give more minutes. I don't think there's any more excuses for JJ not to play him. He talked about defense. There's a lot of players that can improve on the defensive end for surely, right? But we are going to turn up the phone lines of this Phone Call Friday, family. Make sure to get your calls in there and all that good stuff, man. We'll turn them up at the 200 likes. We'll turn them up. Make sure I hit that like button. Good win, guys. Now let's go to war with these last 5 games. Last 5 games have to be playoff atmosphere, fam. They have to be. And if not, we're going to be in trouble. And I'm talking, we got to bring our A game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think Stu Lance touched on it best. We got to figure out our defense. We're letting these no-name players cook. Got to be better from the outskirts. Dan, AR sets the Lakers franchise record for threes in 2 games, 15 threes. That was special. And again, Austin Reeves continues just to be special here for us, man. Nothing surprises me with what this kid is doing right now. Let's talk about Austin for a little bit, because from the moment we drafted him, right, this kid has been special. Hitting game winners in Summer League, I still remember. And just he's improved defensively as well. I don't know if you guys have noticed. He's been a lot better defensively, and his plus minus shows you that, right? He's been so much better, and he's only going to get better and better. He's barely entering the prime of his basketball career. He's 26. He's still young, and is the perfect player to play alongside Luka Doncic, to lead us into the future once the LeBron era is done. But, to me, what impresses me about Austin Reeves is he's definitely Laker material. He plays with so much poise and so much pizzazz and like he just has so much swagger to his game. He's not afraid. And again, he also had 7 assists to go with his 30 points on 6 for 9 from beyond the arc and 8 for 13. That's beautiful. Beautiful numbers. He led us in plus minus, which is why he got to be on my thumbnail today. He led us in plus minus. Second place, it was actually a tie between Luka and Dalton Connect. So this definitely shows you that he should play. And again, he's only going to get better and better as he goes. He still hasn't hit the prime. He's entering the prime of his career, right? So, man. But it's good to see the Lakers back on track and getting these dubs, man. We needed it. Back to the third place. Can we hold on to the third seed? If we win out, we hold on to the third seed. So the best news is that we are the deciders of our own destiny. That's the best. Ain't nothing better than that. But, Denver probably going to lose a couple of games. Their schedule's looking tough. They lost like 3 out of the last 5 or something like that. Lakers got a tough schedule as well. We got one of the top tough schedules, but I love it. We got a big 3, guys, and it's up to the role players now to step up. I think Dalton deserves to play for sure. He had the most points on the bench by far. He deserves to play. We need some production off that bench. Big ticket, my guy. He said, Luka, Goodwin, DK, DFS, Hayes, when AR rest, please. I like your lineup. I like your lineup primarily because it allows Luka to operate one-on-one. And, he drives to the basket, and you can't really collapse on him because he'll find the shooters. Now, Dalton Connect missed a couple of the threes when he found them, but he was wide open. Probably the openest shots that man has had in his career, my friend. So you're right about that, bro. And Austin Reeves, he's going to have to get a breather. So we need some production off that bench for sure. This is why ideally I wanted him initially off the bench, but the way he's playing now, you cannot bench him at all. This man has dropped 30 pieces in the last 4 out of the last 5 games. That says a lot about the type of player he's becoming. You do not want to stunt that growth at all, the way we did to Dalton. You don't want to. My man said avocado. Yeah, Alvarado went off on us. I didn't even look at his stats, but he went off. I know he had over 27. Let me see how much exactly he had. Yeah, he had 27 points on 10 for 21. We cooled him down in the second half, though, because in that first quarter, he had 18 points. So he did most of his damage there. It was nice to see us adjust and not give him a new career high unless that was it. But, it's just been a blast, man, to watch, to see what the Lakers can do. Now, defensively, there is a lot of concerns for sure, right? Guys are still getting beat off the dribble. We have minimal to no rim protection, especially when Jackson Hayes is out. We're going small, so defensively we have to adjust. I want to see more from Vando and DFS. Those wings were looking unstoppable when we first made the trade, and we need to get back to that for sure. LeBron he's looking a lot better now. He had another 27 piece tonight, 30 last night. So he's looking better. But I want to see them buy into the defensive end, And when they do that, I think we're going to be a better ball club. But I see everybody's glazing the Warriors, and rightfully so. They look good right now. But come playoff basketball, come playoff time, it's going to look a lot different for everybody involved. So I want to see how the Lakers are going to make our adjustments. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of it is mental and physical fatigue for the lack of defense. I think we're going to look like a different ball club defensively once the playoffs start, because every possession matters then. You can't take possessions off. So I expect LeBron, Reeves, Luka, everybody to step up defensively. My boy said, calling it now, I believe Connect is going to have a Lonnie Walker type game at least once in the playoffs. If he gets BT, I could see him having multiple of those games for sure, because he's a microwave. And remember, when the game slows down, you need guys who can, knock down shots. And you're talking about somebody who was a killer in the March Madness tournament just a year ago. He's made for the big moments. That's why we drafted him, which to me has been the most surprising thing, because it's like Dalton reminds me the most of JJ than anybody on the roster. And it's like, how can you not play the guy that reminds you the most of you? Right? It's truly bothersome. But hey, I really hope that they can adapt and adjust and and play the right pieces. Because look, between Goodwin and Gabe Vincent, sometimes those guys aren't going to give you a lot of offense, and that's when you need to plug in Dalton. We got plenty of ball handlers between Luka, LeBron, and Austin. You don't need Gabe. You just need a shot maker or Goodwin, right? Now, Goodwin is there defensively, but and I'll say Gabe Vincent's been a lot better offensively. But Dalton for sure is going to give you some wide open looks. And at the very worst, he's going to keep the floor spaced because they know they have to stay attached to his hip. At the very worst, right? So, yeah, I hope we can make those adjustments and give, split the minutes between those three players. A big ticket. Appreciate you, brother. He said, what were the D-Lo comparisons about yesterday? Bro, people are very emotional. That's what I'm going to say. But there was some fake narratives happening by player fans that saying they missed D'Angelo Russell and that D-Lo, they were putting the face swap with D-Lo and with Luka. But Luka was averaging over 30 points per game for the last 13 games before the last 3, right? So the last 16 games, 13 of those he had averaged over 30. And people forget for the last 3 games he was at 20. So the production dropped off somewhat. But tonight he was back to 35, which was good to see. This was exactly the type of team he needed to get his feet wet. But hopefully that gets him going for the next moment. Chemical, let me know when we get at least 150 likes, and I'm turning up the phone lines. It is Phone Call Fridays, y'all. So make sure y'all hit the like button, man. We got more than enough to get that in there. Appreciate your big ticket. Make sure you guys call in. Let's talk Lakers. Dalton is a playoff type player. He is. He's a regular season type player, too. I really thought he had broke through when he was dropping those 30 pieces when he was starting in the place of Rui. But like I mentioned, I thought the coach had made several mistakes by benching him and even giving him DMPs. Like, that was horrible. I don't like to see that at all. But again, hopefully they learn from it because, man, Dalton really has something special where he could just heat up like a microwave. And reminds me a little bit of Kyle Korver, a little bit of Klay Thompson, them type of players, Chris Mullin types who could just heat up. And they're great catch and shoot options. And you got to stay attached and you got to keep the defense honest, which, again, opens up lanes for LeBron, Luka, Austin, when they like to attack, right? So let's get it. Oh, we're very close. All right, keep hitting that like button, fam. We're about to turn up the phone lines in a bit. Take a couple comments, questions, concerns before we do that, though. Let's see. D Princess, knee-jerk reaction. D'Lo is nowhere near in the vicinity and quality of Luka, miles and miles and miles away. Yeah, but those same negative comments that were here getting blocked by my great moderators yesterday, shout out to them, they're not here today. Right? So all that negativity just magically disappeared, and all it took was a win. We got 5 games left, guys. The real season starts in the postseason. I've been telling people this. Yeah, we haven't looked great the last couple games. I'm not going to sit here and lie to the good folks. However, we could look completely different in the postseason. We have guys who've been in the trenches, guys who really like to go off. Luka's one of those guys. LeBron's one of those guys. Austin is one of those guys. DFS, we just traded for him. But I recall him having great postseason runs with the Mavericks. Guys like that, veteran leaders. Same thing with Gabe. The reason we acquired him a couple of seasons ago was to let him go in the postseason, and let him have the ultimate two-way green light, meaning he's going to guard some of the best guards in the opposition as long as the average size ones, not the oversized ones. And then also he's going to look to get buckets, Sometimes he'd be looking like poor man's D-Fish when he'd be stroking that thing, that three-point shot, man. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's see. D Princess, Dan, are you concerned with Goodwin? Ever since he got the standard contract, his game dipped. Not the same defensive intensity as before. I'm not too concerned. I see a lot of good things. He's making more mistakes now, but I like his defensive intensity. Today, he had a couple plays that were, really good. The one where he got the rebound and then flipped the ball over the top to, who was it? Was it Luka? Was it LeBron? Or was it Austin? I forgot who it was. They got a wide open dunk out of it. He's an effort player. His shot hasn't been falling lately, but it will. The game of basketball is very infectious, and when the team starts hitting, everybody starts hitting. We're going to need him to for sure step up for the postseason. But I'm not concerned. I like his brand and his style of play for sure. The Warriors run reminded me of that crazy run we went on. Teams go through hot and cold streaks. They'll come back to earth and we'll get back to the top as well. Well, we did already get to the top because we are currently the top seed. So that's the good news as of right now. Things could change depending on what happens over the next couple of games. But as of right now, we are exactly where we want to be. Top 3 seed. In spite of the horrible Golden State Warrior loss, Problem is the separation isn't really there between. We could end up here or we could end up here. God forbid we end up anywhere down here. But we just got to try to win out, right? And these team schedules. Look, Denver. The good news is Denver has a really tough. They lost 3 in a row, and they have a really tough schedule. If you look at their full schedule, their last couple of games is one of the hardest, right? They got the Pacers, they got the Kings, Memphis, and Houston, right? They could go 2-2 at the end. That would really help us as far as the standings go. Who else? I think Golden State still remains with the easiest schedule. They just went through the hard part of the schedule, which was us in Denver. They have it really easy, man. The schedule makers love them. They don't even have a lot of back-to-backs. I think this is the first one I've seen them play in a while. But look, they got Phoenix, who's been trash. They got Houston. That's probably the hardest game left in their schedule. Then they got San Antonio, Portland, and the Clippers. 3 of these teams are all garbage. All right, 3 out of the next 5. So don't be surprised if they move up to the top 4 just based off of that. And then you got, let's see, who else is scheduled? You got the who else is a threat here? Oh, I already showed you Golden State Warriors schedule. Let's go with Minnesota's schedule. Minnesota has it tough too, I think. Let me see, double check. I might be wrong about that. So a lot of teams battling there for the as long as we don't fall into the play-in, fam. But I really want a top 4 seed. That's what I want. They got Philly, Milwaukee, Memphis. Actually, they got it kind of easy outside of Memphis. All right. So yeah, Minnesota might move up too. Oh my goodness, yo, the West is a bloodbath. There really is no easy path for our Lakers. We just got to win out. One loss could drop us severely. So yeah, we have to win out, man. Tough, but we put ourselves in this position. We got nobody else to blame. Right. And so let's get it, though. Hit that like button. I'm going to go ahead and trust you guys to get me to 200 likes. I'm going to go ahead and drop the phone lines, man. Let's open up the phone lines, at least for a little bit. I'm not going to be on here too long. Got to go eat a late dinner tonight. But go ahead and click the links, guys. I'll bring some of you guys up here as we continue to break down and dissect the Lakers, man. But right now, 124-108. Lakers are over the Pelicans. Again, our big 3 showed up. Some role players showed up. Not everybody, but, some did. And, hopefully we're able to, moving forward, build off of this because we need a build, right? We for sure need a build. But all right, let's bring in our first caller, and that is my guy, James CJ. What's cracking, bro?
What's up, fam? How you doing, man?
Good. And yourself?
Hey, man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
Hey, at least we got a dub, right? But, man, you still feeling horrible about that Golden State Warrior loss? How you feel about that one?
Oh, yeah. Well, I said in the comments on playback yesterday, we needed to flush that down the toilet. I'm glad they did that, but still, nah. I'm tired of all of these. You need to stop having Reggie commentate our games. For some reason, every single time Reggie commentates our games, we lose, or it's a lot harder game than it needs to be. Like it's ridiculous. Like they did that on purpose, like putting us on TNT and having him commentate our games. Need to have our boy James Worthy or a Laker legend or something like that commentating our games. That would sound a whole lot better. But I digress. But we looked a lot better. We looked a lot better. We looked a lot better today. Yesterday it was tough to watch, but literally, like you said, Dan, the Warriors kind of played their best game that they could have played. Don't get me wrong. Yes, Jimmy Butler didn't play too well, but he's a playoff player anyway, and I don't see them getting any better than what they showed yesterday. Actually, if anything, this stretch right now, they're kind of playing their best basketball right now, and I think that because they had to fight from the 11th seed all the way up to where they're currently at now, nearly at fourth place, they're going to tire it out. They're going to tire out because anytime when Curry's overscoring like that, that's not good for your offense. He needs second and third options, consistent options that can help him out in order to distribute that scoring so he can average what he really wants to average, which is around 25 to 28 points a game.
Right.
So literally, you got Brandon Pajitsky thinking he Austin Reeves and all that stuff. He over there calling out shots and all that stuff. Bro, he don't play like that. And I know our boy Darius is watching. We all love him and all that. But yeah, it was hard to watch that yesterday. It really was.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, looking at the standings right now, man, they're all over the place, bro. This could be flipped on its head by the time the regular season ends. But we're currently at third. If the playoffs started today, we would face off against the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. That would be really, really tough matchup. Lakers in how many games if that was the matchup, bro?
Memphis lost today, or they won?
Memphis, they won today. Yeah, they won.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, because it must not have updated last time I checked because I saw that Memphis was at 6. Honestly, to be honest with you, bro, literally, I still, even though I believe it'll be a little bit tougher, I believe we'll be fine against Memphis. No, not Memphis, against Minnesota, because
Right.
even though it's going to be harder to kind of check, and with the personnel that we have, and the fact that they do have a lot of wing defenders with Jaden McDaniels and Nikhil Alexander Walker. I still believe we'll be good because I still believe we have more offensive firepower than they do. And I feel like, and it's kind of good that we have the tiebreaker literally over almost every single team except OKC, because literally, if any of these teams end up with the same record that we're ended up with, then we automatically overtake them. And the fact that we have the lead in the division and conference play, so we did our work when we were supposed to do our work. In terms of the team, it's kind of a byproduct of, yes, the lack of discipline and all stuff, but we can't front. We had to play 17 games and we had to play like 17 games in March. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're also a little bit tired as well. But of course, that's no excuse. We need to get ourselves together. I'm just glad that they're kind of clicking right now. But and one last thing before I know you gotta do what you gotta
No,
do.
my fault. I went to the gym earlier and I've just been exhausted today.
Yeah, I know, bro. Yeah, and
yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and nothing too. Well, so I've been looking at Twitter. I've been seeing a lot of these Luca fans over there talking about how I can't believe that the Lakers are treating Luca this way. He needs to leave this team. Luca fans, welcome to the Lake Show, where we criticize
Everyone.
our best players, and everybody gets the same amount of criticism, and we will
Yes.
praise you the same amount as everybody else, if not more than any other franchise in the NBA. We are not the Boston Celtics. We do not ship players for nothing. We are the
Bro,
Los Angeles Lakers. We hold people to a high standard.
and here's the thing: player fandom needs to die off because this isn't boxing or MMA. We cheer for the whole team here, and we call out the whole team here. You know what I mean? So they're gonna learn the hard way. They're so used to all the glaze and everything, because he was playing for a smaller market. Now there's expectations, right? Now we expecting shit. So it looks a lot different, but we never disrespected Luca. The only people that maybe disrespected Luca are other player fans, because player fans get insecure and they look for somebody to have a bad game, and then boom, they're doing the face swaps. You know what I mean? So it's player fans versus player fans. Leave real Laker fans out of it. All right. We want no part of this player war crap, glazing and all of that. None of that. We want to talk basketball here, man. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Way to call out the Luka fans.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, Dan. And before I go, I just want to say this. Literally, when it comes to Luca, like Luca fans, do you really believe that Luca's gonna want to leave Los Angeles? Like, we ain't the Clippers, we ain't the Angels, like we ain't the Padres. We are Lakers, Dodgers. Yeah, we got the winningest city in all of sports. He is not leaving, and they have the best weather over there. And I live in North Carolina, but I've been in Cali before. I know all about California. I was there for 2.5 years when I was in the military. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time down in LA. So yeah, he is not leaving LA by any means necessary. Y'all just need to go ahead and get comfortable, enjoy this playoff run that we're about to have. Let's go ahead and take care of these last 5 games so we can get in the playoffs and do business.
Talking shit, CJ. Thank you so much for the call, brother. Listen, man, you dropped the mic on that one, man. Appreciate you for the call, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Hey, I hope MJ's here. I need him to give you some more energy, my guy.
I need of callers on the line. I hope we get to all of them. I'm only gonna go to the top of the hours. But there's a gang callers on the line, so I'm gonna try to get it going here. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the call, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Can't wait to see you. Go Laker Nation.
All right, brother. Peace. Shout out to CJ, man. He brought the passion. All right, let's move it along because we got a bunch of callers, man. Kevon, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
What up, dude?
How's it going, man? Good to see you, bro.
That's been good. I didn't like that Warriors lost at all, though. I didn't
Talk to
like
me.
that.
Talk to me. That was a horrible loss. And I think that has the potential to set us back a little bit, which I don't like. I don't like that at all. That really bothers
Yeah.
me, man. And the reason I say set us back because if we lose one or even both of the games versus the Thunder, now we're at the mercy of other outcomes. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Oh, we gotta win Sunday. I bet it on Sunday with somebody. The Lakers gotta win that game.
You bet on Sunday? Let's go.
I
How much you
got
bet?
to, man. I believe we could beat the Thunder.
I like that. I like that energy. How much you bet though? If you don't mind letting me know. Is it
Bet a cool 20 on the game.
Oh, okay, okay.
He an OKC fan. He talking crazy. I said, okay, we could bet on it. We'll see.
And I think the Lakers are going to bring their A game because I don't know if you noticed, bro. We tend to play down to the competition, and then
Yes,
when
we do.
we play teams that are higher seeded, we play them better. So I think we're going to bring our A game, man. What do you think needs to happen for us to beat the brakes off the Thunder?
Luca, AD. Oh, did I say AD? Luca, AR, and LeBron.
Yeah.
I think they all gotta have 20.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need our defenders to be locked in, and our
Right.
bench is going to at least have to score. Like they got to score. They can't do what they did against the Warriors.
Right. Yeah, I agree. The bench got to be better, man. How you feeling about Dalton?
Today I didn't watch the game. I was asleep, man. I fell asleep, but I seen he had a good game today. I think we should start playing him more. I think we should have played him versus the Warriors.
That bothers my soul, man. I don't understand how JJ Redick don't play him. He just like me, bro. He likes to come off the screens and shoot. Isn't that your style of play?
Yeah, I think that he should have played him over Jordan Goodwin at some like point. He should have played him over Jordan Goodwin. But the Warriors, they got it. They won the NBA Finals. Like I don't know what to tell them. The fans so happy talking about this and that. But I keep telling them it's 3-1. But you know what they say? It's 1-0 with Jimmy Butler. Like, come on, bro. It's 3-1
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So
Exactly. 3-1. Jimmy Butler. It don't matter. Playoffs are gonna be different, man. Right now, they're riding off the high. They are riding heavily off the high that ever since the trade. I told you the Warriors were dead in the water. They weren't even in the playoff picture. I said they needed to make a big splash. They did. They got Jimmy buckets. But Jimmy hasn't even been that impressive. It's been more so like the excitement of having another defender who can get away with ticky-tack fouls and stuff. That's what I think it is, really, man. Once that wears out, I think they'll come down to reality and they'll realize they're not that deep because the playoffs going to expose everything, fam. Everything.
I want to see them play the Clippers in the playoffs, actually. I would want to see that.
The Clippers?
Yeah, I want to see that.
Versus the Clippers. Oh, wow, that would be interesting. I want to see them play the Timberwolves. I don't think it'll happen, but that would be a lot of fun too, because I think T-Wolves got all that size that will kill them with the mismatches. I think Timberwolves would actually get past the Warriors.
And then for Steph, that would be a good matchup. That would be an amazing matchup.
Right? I would love it, man. The West is just going to be interesting no matter what the matchup is. Now that we talking about matchups, Kevon, let me ask you this. Who do you want to see the Lakers go versus in the first round?
First round. Oh, man, after yesterday, the Warriors fans, man, they made me kind of mad.
They pissed you off?
Probably Warriors, man. Probably Warriors.
I want to see the Warriors too. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be a probable matchup unless the Warriors, we lose a couple of games and they slip down in the standings. But
the Clippers.
The Clippers would be insane to finally put an end to their little fake, heroic run. That would be nice, bro.
We've been waiting on that since 2020. We've been waiting on that matchup for a long time.
Big facts. Grizzlies would be entertaining. There's so many good potential matchups. I say bring on whoever, Kevon. And finally, let me ask you the final question, man, before I let you go.
Yes,
and that is, how confident are you, scale of 1 to 10, that the Lakers are still championship contenders?
Yeah, my confidence is always. I'm 100% confident in the Lakers. I think we're the best team in the West, and I think we're going to show in the playoffs why we are the best team in the NBA.
My guy, man. That's why I love you, Kevon. That's why I love you right there, man. You deserve one of these, brother. Thank you so much for the phone call, brother. I appreciate you as always, Kevon. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. See you, Chad. I'll be back whenever the phone lines are back open.
Oh, absolutely, man. Take it easy, brother. Salute.
You too.
Man, shout out to Kevon. You know what I like about that cat's energy is he's always positive, man. And he always, no matter what, he always bringing that true Laker fan energy, which I love, man. You gotta love that. All right, let's bring on the next caller, guys. Got a lot of callers, so let's see if we can get to as many as possible. Don, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself? It's good to be back.
It's good to see you, man. Haven't seen you on here in a minute.
I know.
Yeah. How you feeling about the Lakers, though, man? Talk to me.
I'm feeling really, really confident about this team. It's like we just got Pau Gasol all over again, but it's not 2008.
I like that comparison. You're right, because when we got Pau Gasol, that made a world of a difference, man. That chemistry was crazy right off the top, man.
And if you think about it, we won a championship the next year after we got Pau Gasol.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can see a scenario like that happening. Even if the Lakers don't win it this year, I think they'll be better for it next year. I think that we're going to rise to another level next season if they don't win the championship this year. I agree with that for sure.
But I think it's going to happen this year. I think this is the place where Luka finally gets his first ring. Austin Reeves gets his first ring.
How about that, Austin Reeves, man? Let me ask you this. To you right now, who are the top 3 Lakers? That's not a question I've asked anybody, so I'm going to ask it to you, man. Who are the top 3 Lakers right now? To
top
you.
3 Lakers?
Yes.
Instead of Luka and LeBron, I'm going to say Austin.
Wow. That's high praise. Okay.
And Gabe.
Wow. Okay, that's your top 3 Lakers. Okay, I did not expect that, little bro. Okay, I like that. What needs to happen, fam, in order for the Lakers to truly win that championship? Because the defense hasn't been the same lately.
The defense has not been the same, and yes, I kept a close eye on it. They gotta stop giving up offensive rebounds because that will hurt us.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And especially when it comes to being under pressure, is what Kobe says. Pressure is not a thing unless you make it a pressure.
Yeah, look at what my guy BC said right here. He said, last 4 times the Celtics won a title, the Lakers won the next. So you could be onto something there, man. Don, anything you want to say to the chat, man, before I let you go?
And for the chat, I hope we gonna sleep good tonight. We gonna sleep good tonight.
Yeah, we got a dub. It feels good to be back on the win column, Don. Absolutely, brother. Appreciate you for the call, man. Thank you, my brother. Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir. How's it going?
You too.
Man, shout out to my guy for tapping in on the 1s and 2s. No, it's not a Discord call-in. It is, but there's a lot of people on the line, so I might not be able to get to UBC, but there it is, just in case. It's randomized, randomly selected. You click the link, and then you're thrown up on here. All right, let's bring on our next caller. All you got to do is have a phone with some audio and be in a quiet place, and you get to call in for sure. All right, let's bring on our next caller, D Prince. What's up, fam?
Hey, Dan. How are you doing today?
Good, and yourself?
Yeah, all good as well. Weather is good here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Hey, feels good to finally be back on the win column after, such a disappointing loss last night, man. How you feeling about the Lakers now?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's really irritating that we lost the last game versus the Warriors. I would have wanted to smack something here in my house. I'm just trying to to control myself because I was at work as well. Watching while working. So it's really disappointing that we lost that game. I would have loved if we swept the Warriors this season. But when I'm watching that game, it's very irritating to see the horrible officiating in their favor.
Yeah,
and it's like free throw shooting contest. It's every time I look into my screen, to check the game, it's like someone is shooting free throws both sides. So it's bad all the way. But the worst thing is that we lost that game. But this win today heals that wound a bit because we're back at the win column as you mentioned, and we are back at the 3rd seed. We just need to keep that separation away from those things that are on our tail, especially the Warriors. I would have wanted the Warriors to fall into the play-in bracket because I really hate them right at this point. I really hate them so much that to the point I can say that I hate them more than the Nuggets and the Clippers, just a little bit, just because of those antics that Draymond is doing. And I hate them because of him mainly, or like
Yeah, no,
90% of the reason why I hate them because of Draymond.
you know what, man? You're really on point with your take. I'll go as far as to say Curry annoys me too, man, because of the way the style he gets his points. Did you see the play when he jumped, shot a 3-point shot, and hit the splits in the air, and he
Yeah,
got free throws for that? Like I couldn't believe it, man. And by then we had wasted all of our challenges, so we couldn't even challenge it. He's not going to get those calls, or hopefully he doesn't get those same calls in the playoffs, man, because those are momentum killers. And you're right. I just mentioning today to the playback community how tough it has been to watch today's modern basketball with the 2 challenges for each team, plus all the free throws. It slows down the game. It almost feels like there's 5 quarters, doesn't it? Instead of
yeah,
4,
yeah. It
right?
is. It feels like it's more than like almost 3 hours of that game alone. So it's really bad, man. And that corny ass night celebration. I don't want to see that in the play, especially in the playoff. That I just don't like it, man. I used to like the Warriors way back when they were winning championship against the LeBron Cavs. But looking back at the, yeah, I used to root for them in that series. But now I realize I wasn't sure why I rooted for them at that time. That because of their playing style, they really don't like it at
You know
all.
what it is? They became really unlikable, and their fans have a lot to do with it, man. The way
Yeah,
they Curry, they treat him like he's better than Magic Johnson. They disrespect all the greats that came before. They put him in the GOAT conversation, even though he's not a two-way player. I don't know a single GOAT, or even that's in the conversation that's not a two-way player. Do you? I don't know a single one.
yeah,
A
yeah.
single,
I agree. I
that is
agree,
how
and
that
I
is how
will
I
not
always
put
put the
him.
GOAT conversation, bro. I always kill it when they say Curry. I say doesn't play defense. Don't want to talk about
Yeah,
it. Simple as
yeah.
that.
I will not. I will never ever put him in the near the vicinity of the top 5, top 10, probably. But I'm not even going to put him in my top 10 personally, because there are lots and lots of players that are way better than him. I would even put like James Worthy over him if I can,
Yeah,
because of the
I don't know
toughness.
about James Worthy, only because as great as James Worthy was, and he was a two-way player, Curry has changed the game, not for the better, but he has changed the game. So I'll still give the edge to Curry over like a player like Worthy. But I think I put Curry more in the like Larry Bird bracket. You know what I mean? Like he's more
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Bird of the world. He's not really like the LeBrons, Kobe's, or Jordans of the world. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to it. You know what I mean? So it's like
yeah.
I don't know, man. It always bothered me how they just. I think one of the reasons, and I didn't used to hate the Warriors ever. I used to be a fan of Curry, believe it or not, when he was in Davidson, and I wanted the Knicks to draft him because I knew he was going to be special. But damn, bro. To be honest, like it's the fans, the way Draymond acts, the way the NBA lets him get away with everything. Those are the issues that I have with the Warriors, and that's why I'm not that big of a fan. I'm just like you, man. I'm not gonna say I
Yeah.
hate. But I do hate them when we play them because they get away with murder, bro. But it's always entertaining to see Draymond with his little antics on the side, jumping off people's stomachs and all that. I like that for the game of basketball because it adds like a different element to it, you know. But outside of that, you're
Yeah,
right. It is annoying to play them for sure. Um,
it is.
what do you think
Yeah,
we have to
just
do to beat OKC, bro? I gotta ask you. You're a great basketball mind. What do you think we have to do
yeah.
to beat the Oklahoma City?
Against OKC, they're obviously they're a great team, but we just really need to have our wings on point because as I see OKC, they're what makes them great is because of their wing defenders. Outside of SGA is given like the that's he's the heart and soul of that team, but what makes the OKC Thunder a great team is because of their wing defenders, like Lou Dort and all these tough defenders. So we also need to toughen up our wings, like what's the DFS Vando. Vando needs to get back on his game at least because he's been playing not that good lately. So in order for us to match OKC, we need those wings to be on top of their game. And since we don't have like really a big outside of Jackson Hayes, he also needs to be on top of the game if every time he gets into the game. And because they have lots of size as well. Although I think is Shep playing already? I actually forgot if he's still injured or something. But
I'm sorry, who?
Chet Holmgren, is he healthy already or?
Yeah, he's healthy
I, I
already. Last I checked, he was healthy already. So yeah, they're gonna have Chet
He's been
and
playing.
yeah, they're gonna have the size advantage for sure.
Yeah.
Pesky wing defenders as well as Shea. Another thing that's annoying about that team is that Shea flops a ton, man. Shea
Oh, yeah.
flops a ton.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we got annoyed by
Free
Curry, we're gonna get annoyed by Shea. But if the Lakers bring
free
their A
throw
game,
merchant.
yes, absolutely. If the Lakers bring their A game, fam, they're gonna have a chance because our big three makes us as good as anybody in the league when they show
Yeah.
up. They showed up. And even though the bench outside of Dalton didn't really show up, the big three was absolutely spectacular. And I hope that, they continue to build off of that. And, Rui didn't even play. I think today we forgot that Rui didn't even play. He didn't get any PT at all. So, that's very unfortunate. And that's because of his little injury or whatever, this nagging injury. But I hope that he's healthy because he's going to be a huge X factor for us in the
Yeah.
OKC game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
it's going to be good, man. Give me your final prediction on where you think the Lakers end up, 1-6. I don't think we fall deeper than that, but or 2-6. Where do you think we end up?
Yeah. Before I answer your question, Dan, I just want to do a shout out there to Peruvian guy. Hi. Yeah. Okay naman kami dito. This fellow Filipino there. So
There you go.
yeah, shout
There
out to you, man.
He said, "Kumusta ka, kuya?" I hope I said that
Yeah.
right, but
Yeah,
that's
that means how are you? How are you doing? Something like that.
that's what's up, man. We learned.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, shout out to
Yeah, but
Peruvian.
but to answer your question, then I'm predicting that we'll stay at number 3. If we take care of our business of our remaining games, so you should stay at number 3, and that will give us like uh, ideal matchups. I think, whether it be the Warriors or the Grizzlies or whoever, even the Timberwolves. They're the scariest among those teams, as you mentioned. I agree with you, but I think still have better chance of beating Timberwolves if we bring our A game to the playoffs. So yeah, that we are. I'm predicting we're in the top 3 at the end of the season.
Wow. Okay. I hope your prediction comes through, my friend. Very, very excited, man, for the playoffs, bro. And I can't wait for phone call Fridays when the playoffs are here, brother. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
your call, as always. D Prince, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thanks, yeah. Thanks, Dan. Always a pleasure to be here. God bless.
Always a pleasure to have you. Have a good one, all right? Shout out to D Prince, man. Shout out to D Prince. Always a great caller, man. All right. Almost time for dinner, guys. I'll squeeze in 1 or 2 more calls. Darius, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
What's good, man?
Oh, you're too happy, bro. Oh my God, bro. I really don't like to see you this happy, bro. You are ecstatic right now. Look at this, man. He's glowing. Y'all see this kid right here? This is a Warrior fan, by the way. For those that don't know, he's a diehard Warrior fan. Look at him. Look at him. How you feeling about your team? Talk to me. Go.
Hey, and yo, we just beat the Nuggets.
I can't even take you serious right now.
Man,
I know y'all beat the Nuggets. I was watching part of the game, bro. Damn. So, okay. So you guys are now a top 5 seed. You went from 10th in the West to top 5, man. How far do you got the Warriors going this season? Go. Just say it. I know what you're going to say.
hey, I'm ready for the playoffs, man. See how we do in the first round and go from there.
Oh, he took the humble route. I like it, Darius. I like it. My boy humble right now. Took a slice of that humble pie. Okay. I thought you were going to say championship. I really thought you were going to go and say it with your chest, man. But no, I mean, you guys look good. I will admit you look better than I thought you would at this point. However, I'm still not a believer, man. I got to see it in the playoffs in that first round. If I see it in the playoffs in that first round, then I'm going to say, oh, I was wrong about Golden State. I will say that. But if you guys lose in that first round of the playoffs, I was right about y'all all along. Front runners, regular season merchants, man. Oh, I can't wait to be right. I can always taste it. I think the best case scenario for you guys is if you finish in the top 4 seed and you have home court for the first round of the playoffs. That'll give you the best chance to advance. Outside of that, I still have my exact prediction. First round exit, man. Who's the team that you're scared of facing the most as a Warrior fan? One team. Give me one team.
I want to say the Thunder.
Thunder? OKC?
Yeah, because one, they super young. Like some of the players are about, I wouldn't say all of the players, but some of them are in the 20s.
But realistically, what's the one team? Because you're not going to face the Thunder likely unless y'all had a monumental meltdown and lose all 5 of your games, and you got to get them playing. Right now, it's looking like you're going to be in the playoffs, like a top 6 seed. Realistically, what's the one team? And let me see if I can pull up the standings here. There it is. So if the playoffs were to start tonight, bro, you guys would be facing the Denver Nuggets. You confident you could beat them? You just beat them in the 7-game series. It's different. Mind you, they didn't have Murray. Mind you. How you feel?
I don't say we can.
How many games though? How many games? Give me your prediction.
6.
Damn, he's feeling cocky. Okay, I like that. This man says 6 games for the Warriors over the Denver Nuggets. Chat, do we agree with that? How are we feeling about that one? These are the teams that I believe can eliminate your Warriors. Okay, I'm gonna go Denver, even though I think they're pretenders as well. I'm gonna go Denver. I think in a 7-game, I think they'll be different. If they get Jamal Murray, it'll be a lot different. Although I think you do have a chance if they have Westbrook. If it wasn't for that, I'd give you guys no chance. Anything that has Westbrook is a liability. Any freaking team that has him. So I think that would be insane if that does happen. The other team you should watch out for sure as a Warrior fan for you guys, Minnesota, of course, my Lakers, and Houston. Like those are all those teams. The one team I think if you get lucky enough to face them in the first round, which I don't see how, but if you did, it would be the Clippers. I think you can get the Clippers. You can catch them slipping. Memphis as well. I think Memphis slipping. I really don't think Memphis is that dangerous at all. They don't have a lot of leadership. But outside of Clippers and Memphis, I think, yeah, like I said, I think my prediction will come true. But we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, the Clipper curse. That's funny.
Wait, say it again.
I was saying, oh yeah, that's right. The Clipper curse.
The Clipper curse is real, my friend. It is absolutely real, and it's gonna happen this year. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be a first round exit. If they make it to the second round, that would be insane, man. But man, I want to say, my brother, congratulations. Your team has exceeded expectations. They're doing so much better. Thank you so much for the phone call, buddy. I appreciate you, man. And I can't wait. I hope we face y'all in the first round of the playoffs. I'm really hoping for you guys.
Yeah.
So hope to see you soon.
The last couple of callers were like, man, we cannot stand the Warriors. I already know.
You know how that goes.
A couple enemies.
No, you know how that goes, bro. This is a Laker town, man. You're barking up the wrong tree, Darius. You're barking up the wrong tree. But again, good luck to you, man. And I think there is a good chance we might face each other in the playoffs in the first round. I don't think we'll see you guys in the second round, but let's see what happens. That'll be an epic playoff matchup, man. But I'm gonna let you go, buddy, because my dinner's ready. I just heard my girl calling. I appreciate you so much for tapping in, man. And you know, how fitting was it that you were the last caller, man? It was fitting, huh?
Right.
But I like to see you happy, man. I love you, little bro. I like to see you happy. It just keep that same energy, man, when we face y'all. I hope we do. Have a good night, buddy.
All
right, man. My guy not in his head, man. He's playing the ultimate villain role right now for us Laker fans, man. I love it, though. I like to have an anti-hero in here talking his crap and his smack. Guys, I want to say thank you guys so much for calling in, man, to all the callers. If I missed your call, my apologies. But there's always another chance. Who knows? Maybe we might turn on the phone lines for Sunday's game. Is it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday versus OKC. So if I miss your call, sorry, guys. Hopefully next time, all right? Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. Please don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, guys. I will see you guys on the next one. Lakers win. They survive 124-108. Big week coming up for the Lakers, all right? Final 5 games are going to be an absolute battle, an absolute struggle, but I believe in this team as well, just like Kevon and the rest of the callers, man. So let's see where we end up. But I think Lakers in 6 in a lot of series, guys. Give your guys thoughts. Drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what you guys think as far as, how far the Lakers are going to go and where they're going to end up and what seed and what standing, all right? Again, thank you guys so much for tapping in. Appreciate you guys. Peace.